Well, Ufuk, you must be feeling pretty good at the moment with a winning streak.
Yeah, look, I think the last 3 games have been quite positive, results-wise. Always room for improvement in what we do, with and without the ball. But no, looking forward to a great occasion against Melbourne Victory this weekend.
And we spoke to Ben earlier in the week, who was, I think sort of seeing if he can eye a return. How likely is that looking for this weekend?
He's tracking well at the moment. The hardest part is the team is doing well as well. The boys that are playing are doing well, and the guys that have been on the bench are coming on and influencing the game as well. So it's good to have this competition in the team, and it's good that he's tracking well, and we'll make those decisions close to the game.
I guess just with that, like especially where he's playing, there's a bit of competition for spots. Like, is he sort of, he's not guaranteed a spot. Like, there's quite strong competition.
Yeah, look, no one's guaranteed anything. At the end of the day, judgments are made on players on performance, on how they play on the weekend, and what they do during the week leading into a game. So, as long as the boys are performing, they'll keep their teammates out of the team. So it's good to have that competition, and everyone's striving to get in the starting 11.
And how much of an eye will you be keeping on the Socceroos game this afternoon?
Yeah, we want to know. We want to see how many minutes the boys play. Very proud that Paulie and Alassane got their caps with the national team. So yeah, we'll watch the game and see how they go, and we'll have to adapt. Depending on how many minutes they play in this game today.
Out of curiosity, are you expecting to see them maybe in a starting role?
Yeah, maybe Alassane. I think Paulie started the last game, so maybe Alassane might have the opportunity to start this game. I hope so, he does. But look, those decisions are made by Popper whilst they were in camp.
Just on that, if they are to get a bit of game time today, how does that impact, coming back into the side this weekend and that transition? And it's always good having players in the national side.
Yeah, look, they arrive back Friday morning. They'll come straight from the airport here to do some recovery stuff and try to keep them awake from the time difference as well. So we'll see how they pull up and see what they've done. I think Piero got 25 minutes yesterday against Chile as well, which is important that he got some game times whilst he was over there. So look, we just got to see how they pull up when they get back.
Now, big game this weekend, heading to Leichhardt. It's sort of a bit of a small venue, but are you expecting to pack it out?
I hope so. I think the atmosphere's been great. The last 2 home games that we've had, I think the players thoroughly enjoy the closeness of the fans, and I think they've been great support thus far, and I think a game against Melbourne Victory, I hope we can pack it out.
Big Blue, I know he's not one of yours, but coming up against, an old foe in Juan Mata. Any tussles there?
No, he's doing well this year. I think he's getting more game time under Arthur Dillis. I think he's an influential player. Look, he's a great player. He's played at the highest level for a long time, and I think if we nullify him from getting on the ball, I think we can stop him from doing what he does best.
Marco, anything from you?
Yeah, g'day, Ufuk. What do you imagine Victory's form this season?
Victory's what? Sorry,
Form?
Yeah, look, a little bit up and down, I think, at this stage, but I still believe that they're a very good side. They've got some very experienced players. They've got some very young, creative midfielders as well, and then add that experience with Mata that plays in the last line or as a 10 in between lines. I think they still have a very strong squad. I think they're missing a few players through injury still. But for us, look, we're playing at home in front of our own crowd, hopefully a sellout crowd, and we want to just continue to win games.
Mate, what's been your approach during this international break? The players have a few days off, or what's the sort of, schedule since your last game?
Yeah, look, you got to remember we did a 17-week pre-season, so then we had 4 games of the A-League, and we gave the boys a few days off straight after the MacArthur game. We have some international players that are away. Akol is away with the Joeys as well, so we've got 4 players away on international duty. So it was a bit of a lighter week, and then towards the back end we worked them quite hard because we didn't have a game on the weekend. But no, the week has been good. The progression has been good, and hopefully puts us in good stead for Saturday.
Were you sort of having 1-3 in a row in the break come at maybe the wrong time or not?
The break come at the wrong time after 3.
Look, we'll find out this weekend. Look, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's good to have the break. I think the international break sometimes can come at the wrong time, but overall I think the players are in a good place, and that's the most important thing. So we've got everyone available for selection this weekend, so that's the main thing.
Thanks, mate.
Anything else?
Any memories of Big Blue? What do you think of the picture as a player? Like, Obviously, it's City Derby's now sort of overtaken, but what do you remember about the Big Blue?
The Big Blue, I think the most enjoyable one was when I was here with Stevie. Was that the semi-final, if I remember correctly, the 6-1 game? That was probably one of the most enjoyable games that I've been not playing in, but as an assistant coach there. So that was quite an enjoyable game.
Playing in them, they're feisty. Are you expecting it to be feisty this weekend, given it's Sydney versus Melbourne?
Well, you expect so. I think it's a massive game in the season. I think it's going to be, these games are always quite hectic at the start. The first 15-20 minutes are always a little bit crazy, and then the game does settle down. And it's like, for us, it's very important that we play the game that we need to play to win the game, and not the occasion. But these games are always great. They're always feisty, and I think that's what makes it a great game.
And just any injury news or updates on anyone?
No, everyone's good at this stage. Which is a positive. Like I said, we gave them a bit of a break to refresh mentally and physically, and then we worked them hard towards the back end of last week, and now we're preparing for the game.
The boys all gathered and watched the soccer groups this Saturday.
If we finish training, they have the opportunity to do that. Yeah, but they watched the game the other day. I think we had finished training by then, so they sat down and watched the game. And I think some of the boys were quite pumped when they saw Paulie and Alassane come on later in the game. So yeah, no.
So how do you reckon he's gone in the first month, and coming off the break, what can we expect from him?
Look, I thought Victor's done very well for us. I had a chat with him early last week, and look, as strikers want to score goals, and that's why we brought him in. But I spoke to him about the value that he brings us, especially in the way that we play when he comes off the line, to combine with the midfielders and have that connection, and also, going forward and creating opportunities in that way. So, he wants to score goals. I want him to score goals because that's what strikers want to do. But I think in the way that we set up, the effort and energy, especially without the ball, with him and Piero at the top when we do decide to press, I think has been quite valuable for us.